Many people set goals for when, in the hope of changing their lives in the year to come. Well, whatever your plans are, you may want to add a few small financial changes to your resolution list. Mike Rogers, president of 360 Financial, joins us now with a few suggestions on how you can do just that. Mike, you say the first thing you need to do is pay down the debt, right?
Absolutely. That is the most important thing that we're telling people to do. And there's really a couple different ways you want to pay down the debt. First thing you want to do is look at your accounts and look at which one you pay the most interest on. But I tell people not only looking at that, but look at the smallest account. And the reason I tell people look at the smallest account, pay that one off first, is you get a little bit of success, you get a little positive momentum, and it makes it a little bit easier to pay off some of the other debt. The other thing with debt to do, as well as paying it off, is paying off more every single month. There is a very interesting example that I use sometimes in seminars that shows that if you had $5,000 of credit card debt and you paid $200 a month versus $100 a month towards that bill, you would pay it off 5 years sooner and save over $3,000 in interest.
All right, paying off debt's one thing. Can you save more at the same time?
Yeah, that's kind of the $20 million question, isn't it? And hopefully you can save more. So what we tell people is there's three things you want to look at when you're saving and a strategy that you want to set up. First of all is have a goal in mind, as it says there on the screen, and a timeline that you're going to accomplish that goal. Very first thing I want to see people do is have an emergency fund set up. 3 to 6 months worth of expenses is the first thing you want to set. Second thing is look at your retirement account. If your company is matching money and you're not getting that full match because you're not contributing or not contributing enough, look at that. Third thing is if you have college-aged kids, or I should say young kids that would be going to college. By the time they're in college, it's too late. Look at saving for them. When that tuition rate's growing at 6% a year, the sooner you start, the better.
I can vouch for that. Next thing that many people need to do, and we're told this all the time, few people do it, and that is develop and work within a budget.
Absolutely. And the budget is big. Everybody talks about a budget. You can't have a budget until you know how much you spend. So the first thing we always tell people is have a spending plan. It doesn't matter if it's on a notebook and you write down every month how much you're spending, but take the first 2 months of this year, January, February, maybe March, but come up with a spending plan. A lot of times we tell clients, use your check card for purchases. That way you're not paying interest on it, and you'll have a detail at the end of the month where you spent everything. You add all that up. Now you can go into let's say the third month in March, and you can look and you can say, okay, now I can set a budget because I know what I've been spending.
Now the borrowing restrictions are getting tougher every year, so it's important that people have a handle on their credit report, correct? Oh,
absolutely. The credit report's a big thing because the worse your credit score is, the higher your interest is on all this debt that we talked about in the very first step of trying to get to financial health. So as the screen shows, there's 3 different reporting agencies. You can go online and it's, and get basically a free report of where these credit scores are at. And it's a great thing to do at the beginning of the year. If there's any errors, you can correct those errors. You can send in a report that says that this needs to be corrected. And usually they're pretty timely with that. And it's annual freecreditreport.com is the website that people can go to.
And quickly, with all this stuff being passed back and forth electronically, we've got to protect our identity. That's exceedingly important in this day and age.
Absolutely, Randy. That is a big thing. And we're finding that, more and more, that's what clients are asking us is, how do I protect myself? As a matter of fact, last spring we did an hour-long seminar on this for people. And there's really a few different things. First of all, review your monthly statements and look for any suspicious activity. Obviously, if the statement's open in the mail, that's one thing. But also, just from the standpoint of, do you even want it in the mail anymore? It might be more secure to get an internet statement that you can delete or save electronically. If you are getting it at home, get it out of the mailbox. And when you're done reviewing it, shred it. Don't throw it in the garbage, and then protect that Social Security number. That's like gold there. You don't want that floating around. Don't keep the card in your wallet. That's what people do a lot of times still.
Absolutely. Mike Rogers of 360 Financial. As always, we appreciate your insight and your management tips. As always, people can visit the website, www.360financial.net, for more information.
Yep, all right? It's all on there for them.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Randy.